25th career event win at the CrossFit Games.
As she was slow to start on the swim, but once she got to the kayak, she had that nice, smooth cadence. She even took a moment to chat a little bit with Chrissy O'Connell while she was out there. But coming into the finish, here's what I love the most is that she's coming into the finishes. Look at this celebration. It's event number 1. You were picked to win this event. You always do well at the swims, but you celebrated like nobody gave you an opportunity. You're talking about competing with a chip on your shoulder along with 4 championships. It's a dangerous woman out there.
She has 100 points after that event win and sits atop the overall leaderboard. Chrissy O'Connell, 3 points back of her, and it's Emma Tall, who we also saw in the last heat, along with O'Connell, who sits in 3rd. And once again, classic CrossFit Games triplet.
It's great because we're adding 2 elements we didn't test in event number 1 with odd object heavy weightlifting and high volume, high skill gymnastics. It's going to come down to the middle part of this for the women, especially those last 12 ring muscles. We saw that trip up a lot of athletes in heat number 1.
We are set to start as they get a sled situated here. Look at Laura Horvath and Mal O'Brien, one of the impressive youngsters who's in the field here, but everyone chasing Tia Toomey, who once again is your overall leader. Heat 2 underway. Danielle Brandon with a time to beat at 10 minutes, 22 seconds. 260 pounds on the sled for the women, and then it's to that 350-pound pig, and it's Laura Horvath who is in the lead early. Horvath in the bottom right of your screen, just leaving everyone behind her right now, and it looks like she will be the first woman to that 350-pound pig for 5 flips.
Oh, last time we saw her do that, it was 2018 with a 2-stroke pull, so that's definitely a strength for Laura Horvath, and a lot of the knock for her is those gymnastic skills, but more importantly, her handstand push-ups. She is surprisingly good at high-volume ring muscle-ups. She's an ex-climber. She has grip for days, so this is actually an event that I think stacks up very well for an athlete like Laura Horvath.
Annie Thorisdottir is in 2nd place.
What's good for a veteran like Annie Thorisdottir, and one of the best to ever compete at the CrossFit Games, 2-time champ Annie Thorisdottir, is that she has the savviness of her veteran status to navigate these ring muscle-ups and bar muscle-ups, because this is a volume, a switch between ring to bar, that if you don't have the experience, at least you have the competitive experience to know how to work your way through the middle part of this event.
At the 20 rep mark, Horvath and Thorisdottir will move on to the bar muscle-ups. Annie Thorisdottir making her 11th appearance at the CrossFit Games, has competed in 3 decades at the Games.
But now the first time as a mom. As you know, she missed last year after having her kid, and now she's back. Annie Thorisdottir, good through the open, crushed the semifinals, and now she's back on the big stage, competing for a new reason other than just herself.
Annie Thorisdottir, Toomey, and Laura Horvath tied for the lead, and Laura Horvath trying to hold off the 4-time champion. The 20 rep mark, that is when she will get off the rings and move to the bar for those 24 bar muscle ups.
Now, Horvath is working a little harder than I would like to see her do on those ring dips. But the top portion of that ring muscle up, where you see Tia Toomey, nice tight kip, keep the rings nice and close at the bottom. You don't see them shoot out to the sides too much at the top of that dip. Where I really think we'll see Tia make her move is when she gets to the bar.
Tia Toomey back in the lead.
Or after the rings.
And now on to the bar muscle ups. Laura Horvath's pace has slowed. She is now battling with Annie Thorisdottir for 2nd place. Toomey, the first woman to the bar muscle up. She'll do 12 facing this way, and then she will turn around and do 12 facing the other way, then work her way back down the field. Laura Horvath and Haley Adams both getting to work.
She's done 8 in a row so far.
Annie Thorisdottir's on the right of your screen. Thorisdottir right now in a fight for second place with Horvath and Haley Adams. Haley Adams is on the far left. You can't see that's Michelle Basnet, number 24 on the left of your screen.
Tia Toomey just went 11-1.
Now she will make the turn at the 44 rep mark is when Toomey will move back to the rings for her final set of 12. 10:22, that is the time to beat. Danielle Brandon did that in the heat we just saw, the first of these two heats.
Separation between herself, Annie Thor's daughter, and Laura. Again, look at
Tia Toomey still catching nice and high, almost right at the hip. And what that's going to do, it's going to save her dip for those last set of 12 ring muscle ups. So she's already ripped off 8, now going on 9.
Two more, now one more for Tia Toomey. And she is back to the rings all by herself. Haley Adams, Laura Horvath, and Annie Thorisdottir a distant second right now.
Tia Toomey went 11-1, and that just must have been a counting error while she was doing it on the first half, that she goes 12 in a row on the second.
5 minutes in, athletes are 5 minutes in.
Most we've seen any athlete do on the men's and women's side so far.
At the 56 repetition mark is when Tia Toomey will move back to the pig. She has 8 to go of her second set of 12. So going with a set of 4. Now Haley Adams has moved into second place. Haley Adams moving to the rings to join Tia Toomey as Laura Horvath is trying to separate herself from Annie Thorisdottir for third place in this heat.
As Tia hops up for a second set, she started with 4 reps on the ring, so she had a 4-rep lead once Haley came off the bar. Haley just got a no rep off the side of your screen, so Tia still looking very good. Another set of 4 more left to go.
Adams taking some time to chalk up her hands. Is now Laura Horvath to Adams' left is back on the rings. Second rep down for Laura Horvath of this final set of 12. And that'll be number 3.
And in between the two, between Haley Adams and Laura Horvath, you have Mal O'Brien. Haley Adams was that teenager-to-be, the heir apparent, but after this year between Emma Carey and Mal O'Brien, future's bright for these female athletes.
Tia Toomey back to the pig. Looking to chase down Danielle Brandon's top time of 10:22. Tia Toomey's average event finish at the CrossFit Games is 6th. And she has 25 career event wins. And you want to just talk about a winning percentage. She's competed now in 87.
I don't know how much more you can say about Tia Toomey other than it almost looks like she's manufacturing her own challenges within an event outside of the people competing in it. There's no reason she should have went 11-1 and then 12 because of the dangers of maybe blowing up, and that's where she's at. She's now just trying new things, almost pushing herself to the brink because no one else on the competition floor can.
Toomey back onto the sled all by herself and looking to stay perfect here on day 1. Won the opening event, is going to win this event as she is well on the path towards her 5th straight CrossFit Games championship, and she has plenty of time to rest. The time to beat is 10:22, and that is going to get obliterated. The battle for second is now between Emma McQuaid and Haley Adams. Toomey approaching the finish line. And another 100 points for Tia Toomey. beats Danielle Brandon by almost 2 minutes.
But here's the thing, that to go big sets like that is almost more than confidence. And to be able to hold on and do it in that amount of time difference between the best time and the previous heat is staggering. It's absolutely staggering what Tia is capable of.
Emma McQuaid looking to lock up second in the event. 10:22 is now the second best time, and McQuaid has plenty of time to get there. She is the only woman right now on the sled as Haley Adams is getting set to get herself situated on her sled. Haley Adams is off as Emma McQuaid is going to take second place in the event. 97 points for her. And now a race between Horvath and Haley Adams for third, and Laura Horvath looks like she's going to win that. Has caught Adams and now has passed her as Adams has taken a break. Kristen Holta is on the sled as well, and she is catching up with Adams. Laura Horvath looking for third place in the event. Danielle Brandon will now slide to fourth. Horvath is in. Kristen Holta, she is ahead of Haley Adams. Adams resting again.
Adams better watch out for Annie Thorsdottir. Annie's about to creep up on the right side.
Holta is in. She'll take fourth in the event. Adams is across. That's going to be close with Danielle Brandon. Brandon's prior time from Heat 1, 10:22, and there's the patented Annie Thorsdottir smile as she is across. Mal O'Brien, the leader on the field right now, with less than 90 seconds to go before we hit the time cap.
And a lot of athletes in heat number one hit the time cap, so this is great for Mal O'Brien. This is not really something she's supposed to be crushing at just 17 years of age with this heavy sled. Massive pig flip in those high volume muscle-ups. This is a great finish for Mal O'Brien.
Mal O'Brien is in with a little less than a minute to spare. Michelle Basnet is your leader on the field. She's ahead of Ariel Lowen, and now here comes Catherine Davidsdottir. Davidsdottir has passed Lowen, and she keeps up this pace. She may pass Basnet. 30 seconds to go before we hit the time cap. Basnet is stopped. That might open the door for Davidsdottir.
You can't take big steps on a heavy sled drag. It has to be short, choppy, low hip drive steps.
Basnet is in. Davidsdottir is across. Now 10 seconds to go before we hit the time cap. But Carolyn Prevost with a couple seconds to spare, and that'll do it for event 2 for the women. And Tia Toomey is 2 for 2. A perfect 200 points after 2 events.
What a start to the weekend. 2 completely different events between 1 and 2. And she annihilates the field on both of them. And there really isn't a hole in Tia Toomey's game.
8:27.92 seconds. The only athlete to go sub 9 minutes. Emma McQuaid more than a minute after that will take second. And it's Laura Horvath. Welcome back to Madison, Laura Horvath. She takes third place in Danielle Brandon's top time from heat number 1, good for 4.
And it's a good start for Laura Horvath, playing to her strengths. Grunt work, sled drags, pig flips. And then Annie Thorsdottir back in action for the first time in 2 years. Navigating the pig flip, but Tia Toomey went unbroken on both halves of the bar muscle-ups in her 12 and 12 and pushed herself right to the edge when it came to the final set of rings. Then once we got to the pig, familiar implement, no issues for Tia Toomey. And as you said, beating the field by over a minute in an event that only took 9.5. You're talking about a 10-15% better finish than the other women in this event.
26th career win for Tia Toomey, and she is with Nikki Brazier.
Tia, it did not look like any one of those particular implements really slowed you down there, but I did notice that you had the largest sets on bar muscle ups, even of the men out on the field. What was the strategy there?
You know, you definitely knew coming back was going to be a lot harder just with the volume that we just previously did. And so sticking to manageable sets was really important. Staying cool, calm, and collected through the first round. And then just trying to hold as best you can.
I noticed that you said that you really enjoyed the pig. It was fun to watch, so many different ways to get around it, so many different techniques, watching the women trying to get underneath it. What was the way that you practiced that worked for you here?
Just taking it slow, you know, thinking of like a clean, but back in 2015 I was a completely different athlete, and so it was a little bit of redemption.
We're really looking at a competitor of greatness in this sport, and you're barreling toward another potential win here with 2 back-to-back wins on the first day, but it is just the first day. How do you set attainable goals throughout the entire weekend?
One work at a time. It's the start. So much can happen from now until Sunday, and I'm just putting my best foot forward.
Congratulations, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Nikki. Tia Toomey, 200 points. She stays perfect on day number 1. We are halfway through day number 1 for the individuals, the opening day of competition here on Wednesday at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison, Wisconsin. We're going to have a quick break in the action. We'll be back at 1:45 for men's event 3. That's that 550-yard sprint. And then we'll wrap things up in the Coliseum tonight. Sleds and pigs, and it was very challenging, but not for Tia Toomey, who makes a mockery of this event, locks up her second win of the competition, the 26th of her career, and she sits atop the overall leaderboard. We'll be back after this. Event number 3 for the men coming up at the 2021 Noble CrossFit Games.